Let's make a quick and easy rasta pasta. Let's get to it. I'm using penne pasta, but if you want to use a different kind of pasta, that's fine. But I like to use penne when I'm doing my rasta pasta. And I always like to just make my noodles first. Get the annoying part like out the way. That's the making the noodles for any dish to me is like just the irky part. So you just put your noodles and make them first. It's like, it's the easy part. My chicken is already clean, so now I just have to season it. So I'm gonna use some Danos. Can't go wrong with Danos. I'm gonna use some seasoned, what is this? Some seasoned salt. And some paprika. Thought my nail fell off. See, what the heck? Actually, to make life a little bit more easy, I'm gonna just put them in my little clear bowl. Cause I had to put the jerk seasoning on, and I have to give me some gloves so I can mix it all up. So now I'm gonna add my jerk seasoning, and I went with mild because my husband don't like spicy stuff, so we're just gonna use about that much. I didn't measure. I don't measure when I'm cooking. I know. And then I'm gonna also use a little bit of oil, just so it's easier for me to like mix the chicken up. And when I took my chicken out, like when it was unthawing, I thought these were chicken tenderloins, but they're like thin cut breast chicken, so they still should do. Chicken is chicken. So I might just lay it on top instead of like mixing the chicken in with the actual rasta pasta. So, but it's still gonna be bomb anyway. It doesn't matter. Now I'm gonna just start making my chicken. What I consider this like jerk chicken probably, because I put a little jerk seasoning on it. So I'm gonna start making my chicken. I always make my meat first whenever I'm doing like a pasta. And I also like, before I put my chicken in, I like to put a little bit of oil in it. So I coated the pan with oil. I'm gonna just start frying my chicken. And don't overcrowd the pan, because then it'll take longer for your chicken to cook. And me proceeding to overcrowd the pan. Now I'm gonna just add some oil to my pan, and I'm not gonna rinse my pan out because I need like them flavors from the chicken to stay in there. So I'm gonna keep some oil and put a little oil in my pan, mix that flavor up a little teeny bit, just a bit. And then I'm gonna just add my peppers and all my onions that I cut earlier to my hot pan. And I'm gonna also add some garlic to my veggies. And just mix it up. This smells so freaking good. I'm gonna smell okay. It really do smell good, y'all. Smells really, really good. Alright, now let's start making our actual pasta sauce. So, please don't splash. Oh, it didn't splash. First, I'm gonna get my heavy whipping cream. And you just pour that right on your sauteed veggies. You ain't gotta remove the veggies because you want You want to have all them flavors all up in there. I'm gonna just throw this to the side. And I'm gonna mix this up real quick. So my pasta is bubbling up. So I'm gonna be using cheddar cheese, and I'm gonna also be using Parmesan cheese. So first I'm gonna add my cheddar, and then I'm gonna add my Parmesan cheese. You could use any kind of cheese you want, but these are my like 2 favorite top cheeses to use when I'm doing my my rasta pasta. So add all that up in there. Yes, we like it. We like it cheesy over here. Nice and cheesy. And right before I mix it in too well, I'm gonna add some more of my jerk seasoning. Just a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl. Just a little bit. I'm a clown, I'm sorry. I'm such a clown. Now if you feel like your pasta is like a tad bit too thick or like super duper creamy, just add some pasta water to it. So you gotta make sure you save some pasta water, or you could just get some water from the sink for real. That's what I be doing. But I think this is really good because I haven't added my chicken yet. So I'm gonna go grab my chicken and we're gonna add that to our pasta, to our cheese mix. I have a brain fog today. I cannot think today. All right, so I decided to dice up my chicken. So I don't know how much I'm gonna add. I don't like when pasta have like too much meat in it, if that makes any sense. Like I prefer like more noodle to meat like ratio. So I'm gonna add half in, and then if I'm liking how that's looking, then that might be it. But I just don't like a whole lot of meat in my pasta. I prefer more noodle. Alright, so I'm gonna just add the rest because I didn't really cut up that much. So, and we still have to add in our noodles, our pasta. So mix that on in, and then let me go grab my my penne pasta. So I'm gonna add my pasta, and I don't know how much pasta I'm gonna add, but I'm gonna do half first. I'm gonna do half first, and then mix that in and see how she's looking. And then we're just gonna go ahead and add that other half. Why not? Boom. Looks so good. The enemy thought he had me, but Jesus said you are mine. This pasta got me here singing. Alright, she looking a little tad bit thick. She looking a little on the thick side. Ain't nothing wrong looking thick. So I'm gonna just add a little, like a drop of water just to even her out. It won't do nothing to the flavor as long as you season your chicken and your cheese sauce correctly, which I know I did because I can smell it and I can definitely see it. All right, so look, see, loosen her up a little bit, and she's looking scrumptious. And let's garnish a little bit. Of course, you gotta garnish. You have to garnish the food. Like if you don't, then why did you cook if you don't garnish? Bam, 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 bam. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Oh my goodness, look at that. Bomb. I mean, bomb. Oh my goodness, bomb. Oh my goodness. Let's make a budget-friendly, kind of fancy little dinner for my family of 5. Let's get to it. First, I have to saute my spinach, and I'm gonna just use the whole bag of spinach. And I'm gonna try to put the prices of everything that I'm using so y'all can see that this meal is literally under $20. Not even joking. So I'm gonna saute my spinach and get that started, and then we're gonna move on to our next step. And now I'm gonna just give my spinach like a little chop. Now I'm gonna start making my filling, which is cream cheese, regular like little shredded cheese, and my spinach. So I'll just add my chopped up spinach to my cream cheese. Cheese. And just measure with your heart. And then I'm gonna add some garlic powder, and I'm gonna also add some onion powder. And now we just mix it all up. Okay, now that my cream cheese filling is done, I'm gonna put this to the side and we're gonna start working on our next step, which is our chicken. I'm using chicken breast, so I already cleaned and did all that to my chicken breast. So what I'm gonna do now is just cut them, like I don't, kind of sort of in the middle, just so I'm able to stuff them with our cream cheese filling. So put my other chickens to the side. I got my handy dandy gloves on. And let's just start slicing them a little bit down the middle. I'm gonna just show y'all what I did. So I didn't cut them completely, but this is how they should look. This is how mine look. I ain't no professional, but this is how mine's looking. First, I'm gonna cover my chicken in olive oil. I'm gonna start with my Lawry's chicken seasoning. I put this on everything. I'm gonna use some garlic powder. Then I'm gonna use some onion powder. Then I'm gonna end it off with some paprika. I don't like to use a whole lot of salt when I'm making dishes with like cheese, because cheese in itself is actually really salty. So if you over seasoning your food and you're also using cheese with it, you're gonna have a salty piece of meat. Make sure you're getting it on all sides, inside, outside, back side, just so your chicken can be really good. Really good, and really flavorful. See? Inside, outside, and back side. Okay, now that our chicken is nice and seasoned, I'm gonna take that filling that we made earlier. I'm gonna take a little bit of that and just stuff it in the middle. And try to get a good stuff on it. And then you're just gonna lay it to the side and continue to do your other stuff your other chicken. Okay, first I'm gonna add some oil to my pan. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Next, I'm gonna put my stuffed chicken in my pan and sear them on both sides. And I'm gonna do 2 at a time because they're a little big. And then we flip. Next, I'm gonna add some butter to my pan. Next, I'm gonna add some onions. I'm gonna add some heavy whipping cream. I also add the rest of that cheese I had. Now I'm just gonna add my cheese sauce onto my chicken and just pour it right on top. Boom, boom, boom. This already looks so good and it smells so good and it's not even done. Alright, so I'm gonna cover this in some foil and I'm gonna put this in the oven for like maybe 20 minutes. I'm gonna just keep an eye on it. So let's make wings 3 ways: lemon pepper, lime pepper, and hot honey. Let's get into it. First, I'm gonna start off by seasoning my wings, and I'm frying my wings with no flour, so we're just gonna do naked wings. So first, I'm gonna start off by using olive oil. Next, I'm going to use some garlic salt, Lawry's chicken seasoning, some paprika, and some Dano's original seasoning. And then I'm going to just mix the wings up. Get it all nice and seasoned. Now that my wings are nice and seasoned, I'm going to throw them in my deep fryer, and that's how I'm gonna fry them, in the deep fryer. First, I'm gonna add some butter to my pot for my hot honey sauce. Next, I'm gonna add some of my buffalo wing sauce, and I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's mild sauce. And last, I'm gonna just add a little bit of honey. And then you just mix it up. Now let's make our lime pepper seasoning and our lemon pepper seasoning. Let's get into it. First, I'm gonna start with my lime. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this lime pepper. Add a squeeze of lime, fresh lime. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of butter, melted butter. And then we just mix. My lemon pepper, I'm gonna just add some lemon pepper seasoning to my bowl. Squeeze of lemon. Then I'm just going to add the rest of my melted butter. start saucing our wings, and I'm gonna start with my lemon pepper wings. Now let's do our lime pepper wings. Last but not least, our hot honey wings. Bomb. They turned out so freaking good. The lemon pepper, the hot honey, and the lemon pepper. Bomb.com. Oh my goodness, I'm about to tear these wings up, y'all. Let's make some Dubai chocolate brownies. Oh my goodness. Bomb. First, I'm gonna add my brownies to my bowl, and I'm using 2 boxes of brownies. This is a big bowl of brownie mix. Next, I'm gonna add my 4 eggs. I added my eggs, I'm gonna add my water, and next my oil. Now let me add my brownie mix to my little tin-foil pans. Alright, I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and then we can start working on our pistachio mix. Let's get to it. So I'm using shredded wheat as our kanafi because I did not feel like ordering it from Amazon, so I don't have patience, so let's get to it. So I have my wheat all crushed up, and next I'm gonna add my pistachio butter and my tahini. Let's add in our pistachio butter. Now let's add our tahini. Pistachio mix is done, so it's time to get our brownies out the oven. Now it's time to put our pistachio filling on our brownie. Next, I'm gonna just top them off with a little bit of melted chocolate. There you have it. She is done. Boom. Let's make some quick and easy chili cheese dogs. Oh my God. Boom. First, I added some oil and an onion to my. Next, I'm gonna add my ground beef and my ground turkey. Now that my meat is nice and drained, I'm gonna add some tomato paste. Next, I'm gonna add some vegetable stock. Next, I'm gonna add some chili powder, some cumin, garlic powder, some onion powder, some Kinder's Cowboy seasoning. And I also like to add a little sugar. Then I like to finish my chili off with a little bit of cheese. Now my chili is done. Boom. Toasted my buns, so now it's time to start building my chili cheese dogs. Let's get to it. Let's make Starbucks inspired ciabatta turkey pesto sandwich. Boom. I'm using this ciabatta bread that I got from Walmart. Easy peasy. And I'm also going to use this pesto that I got from Aldi's. First, I'm going to start spreading my pesto on both sides of my bread. Something like that. Oh, don't look that good, but it smells so freaking good, I swear. Next, I'm gonna pop these in the oven for like 5 minutes, just to get them a little toasty. Next, I'm gonna start toasting my turkey and my cheese. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of Dano's seasoning on top of my cheese and turkey. Next, I'm gonna start putting my turkey and cheese on my ciabatta toast. Okay, so I melted down some butter, and I'm gonna just put some more of that Dano's cheese in my butter sauce. Mix that up and just top my ciabatta sandwiches with that so it can get like nice and toasty and buttery on top. Alright, so let me pop these in the oven for like a minute, and then we almost done. They turned out so freaking good. Oh my goodness. Boom. Spooky season is upon us, so let me show you all my little cute little hot cocoa hack that I do. Bomb. First, we're gonna start making our whipped cream. Now you can buy like the ready whip from the store. I forgot to get some, so we're gonna have to make ours homemade. So you're gonna start with some heavy whipping cream and just put it in your mixing bowl. And I'm gonna just let it mix until it starts getting like real fluffy. So probably for about maybe 5 minutes, I don't know. Oh my goodness, I forgot to add my vanilla. Goodness gracious, my vanilla. And I'm gonna also add a little bit of sugar. So we're gonna have a little sweetness to it. And just like that, you have whipped cream. Now let me grab a cup, a piping bag, and a tip. Now you're gonna grab yourself a muffin tin pan thing, but not like the hard one, but get the rubbery one. Next part, you can grab whatever you want. I have a bunch of like Halloween sprinkles, and I also have some marshmallows. So you can top them with what you want. So let's get started. So now let's pop them in the freezer for like an hour. I'm just take it on out. Whew, look at that, look at that. Bomb.